Hi everyone, this is Chèrie, and I'm coming on just to share a little bit of information with you about Young Living's amazing wintergreen oil and our harvest in 2020. Both our Young Living farm and our partner farms experienced a less than bountiful harvest of wintergreen oil in 2020. And so when we did get some shipments in from our partner farms, after testing, we noticed that it did not pass our strict standards. And so as a result of those two things, our lower than expected yield on our harvest, and from our not all of our partner farms, but some of our partner farms, when we went through our rigorous testing, it did not pass. So that combination created a perfect storm, and we are going to have a shortage of wintergreen and all the products that have wintergreen in it probably until about mid-October this year, 2021. And so how can we remedy this? Well, I'm going to bring up the items and I'm going to show you some workarounds. But in the meantime, the harvest for wintergreen is in May. That's right, May. And it will take about 8 weeks for us to get it back in the lab once it's been harvested. Because of course, where we get it from our partner farms around the world. And then it has to go through our testing, which takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And then we have to start making our products with it. And so that brings us to maybe end of September, beginning middle of October, before we will see any of these items coming back in. So the inventory that Young Living has right now is what we have. And once it is used up, then we won't have any more of these items until fall of 2021. So let's go. So here's the wintergreen oil. So depends upon what you use it for, okay? Some people use it for, discomfort release and relief. Some people use it for, helping keep their bones strong and healthy. Some people use it for keeping the enamel on their teeth really strong and their gums healthy. Some people use it for breathing easier and, allowing deep breathing. Some people use it for tension, a lot of tension. So it kind of depends upon what you use it for. So the replacement would depend upon those areas of what you use it for. So let's talk a little bit about what's affected. So of course we have the wintergreen oil itself. We will have the paint away oil, okay, because the wintergreen's in all these items. All right, wintergreen is in Cool Azul. These are all while supplies last right now. I know Raven is already put on the out of stock list until, of course, fall. So Raven is out of stock. Of course, we have Ortho Ease and Ortho Sport. They're already out of stock. Remember, we're going to create workarounds for these. We have the Cool Azul Muscle Rub. That is out of stock. We have BLM, which is already out of stock. We have Agilise, which there is some left. Okay, and we have, of course, the Regenolone. Okay, that Regenolone, amazing Regenolone. Wintergreens and all of these items, by the way. Okay, and then we have the Active and Fit Kit. All right, so the Active and Fit Kit, and of course the Cool Azul Sports Gel is in the Active and Fit Kit. All right, and then we have, let's go to a few others. Our toothpaste, the Dentarome Plus and the Dentarome Ultra, they are both have wintergreen in, and so while supplies last for everything that I'm talking about here. Of course, our Raindrop Technique Kit has wintergreen in, plus of course it has our massage oil in. So all this is while supplies last until we get our new shipment of our 2021 yield and harvest in wintergreen. All right, and then we have Raven is actually in the Golden Touch 1 kit. So again, while supplies last of this one. And of course, Paint Away is in our Everyday Oils kit, so while supplies last of this one. And then let's go to our premium selection kits, our premium starter kits. Young Living said we have about 2 to 3 months supply of the current essential oils premium starter kit. I like to call them premium selection kits. So if you've got someone that really wants to get enrolled and you want to make sure they get Raven in their first entry into Young Living, I would get them enrolled immediately. I would not wait. Because that way then you're guaranteed they're going to get the current premium starter kit with the Raven and the Pain Away in. Once we run out of those, Young Living will then alter and adjust the premium selection kits, the enrollment kits. So that's where we're at. So let's talk about some workarounds. And first I want to mention something. You might see wintergreen from other companies. You might see wintergreen oil in plethora of supply from other companies. Well, you may or may not know that the majority of wintergreen on the market out there is synthetic methyl salicylate, which is extremely inexpensive to buy. It's lab created. It smells, it looks, it feels just like synthetic real wintergreen, the synthetic methyl salicylate does. But the problem that we have is it packs a mighty punch, okay? It packs just a mighty, mighty punch. And so one of the challenges that we have with this is that wintergreen is known in our world of essential oil sciences as being a highly adulterated oil, and in many cases it is 100% synthetic. I've been using oils professionally since 1975, and I can tell you when I got into, of course, the beauty and barber industry, and I can tell you that I was very, very hesitant. The more I learned about wintergreen, the more I was hesitant to use it, just because of the synthetic aspect and the side effects that could come from that. And so I was very, very hesitant. But when I came to Young Living and I saw their rigorous standards, I saw their exemplary testing that went so far beyond any other company's testing. I saw that they had megameter GCs, gas chromatographs, which can even detect even the smallest synthetic additives or adulterants. I knew that I could trust. I knew that I could trust. You may or may not know that I did spend some time working in the lab as well in Young Living in our early days. So I actually saw firsthand where Gary and people in the lab actually rejected a lot of oils that we would get that we did not grow ourselves because they did not meet the standards when we put them through our testing. And they found things that shouldn't be in there, let's just say that. And I literally saw and experienced with different oils, companies actually tell us where we got our, where we get our oils from, our suppliers. They would say, we would tell them, we're going to pass on this 55-gallon drum of an oil. And one of them was helichrysum, and we were out of helichrysum for quite some time because there was a shortage. And so literally the company called us back the next day and said, this other essential oil company wants that helichrysum, and just we'll send you a shipping label, ship it off to them. That was common, very common. Young Living has standards. You hear it called seed to seal. Bottom line is, we will never do anything to violate trust. Never. We will always maintain the highest standards of not only purity, but potency and efficacy. Those are words. Those are just words. But I've been in the lab. I see it in real action. I go and work on the farms. I see it in real action. Okay? I've seen multiple gas chromatographs. I've actually seen invoices from other companies, suppliers, that I've been able to be privileged to see and see that they get shipped synthetic methyl salicylate. Okay? So, not Young Living. We are very different. So if you wonder why other companies, you might be able to get a wintergreen from another company, I wouldn't buy it, because you're getting synthetic methyl salicylate. It's that simple. I've got a book I want to show you that has the best explanation, the absolute best explanation, okay, of what happens when you use an adulterated oil in your body, on your body, or diffusing in the air. It's called The Healing Intelligence of Essential Oils by Kurt Schnabelt. Okay? So this is one of the most powerful books that you can, and there's a whole section in here about how adulterated oils, how oils that are missing constituents affect us adversely. It's powerful if you want that information. So that said, let's create some workarounds. So let's talk about, say that you use, let's go right to the Panaway oil. Say this is something that you use. So what can you use instead? Well, there's so many options. Okay, I would add copaiba to any of these options, and maybe black pepper as well, because black pepper's got a powerful punch. Okay, but you can do any of the tree oils. Idaho Grand Fir, would be probably one of my first options. Would be a great option for you. Black spruce, blue spruce, these are all really, really good options for you for an alternate for the Panaway. And of course, adding in copaiba, adding in black pepper. If you want, you can add in a little bit of clove if you'd like. And then definitely peppermint and a touch of myrrh. Okay, so those would be some really good options for you as an alternate to the Panaway. Or of course, you could try the Cool Azul Pain Cream. That might be an option as well for you. All right, so now let's go to the, and the same for the Cool Azul. Okay, you can also add in what I just mentioned. You can add in the black pepper I mentioned. You can add in Palo Santo. Okay, so there's some really wonderful things that you can add in if Cool Azul. Add in some cypress, maybe some frankincense. So look at the oils that make up Cool Azul and just add those into any mix of copaiba and black pepper, one of your tree oils, and peppermint. Add any of those other oils in, all right, and you'll get some really good results. All right, now let's go to, of course, you know what? I'm going to go to Raven. Let's go to Raven. Say that you use Raven. So what would be a good alternative? Well, the main oil in Raven is Ravensara. And in Madagascar, they call Ravensara the miracle healing plant. It's one of the best, and it's a single oil, and we have it. So I would use my Ravensara. I would add RC. I would absolutely add copaiba, and I would add in cedarwood, and I would add in blue spruce, okay, and maybe a little frankincense. So you get to actually create some fun things, okay, and you can decide what ratios work best for you. So that's what I would add in to replace, or if you want a simple, easy, take your RC, add some lemongrass and Ravensara in that. If you want something really easy, but I don't know, I'm a big fan of copaiba for the lungs, okay, for the breathing. So that's another option for you. And remember, anytime you want to amp something up, add in a little bit of black pepper. Anytime you want to drive something in deeper, add in peppermint. And anytime you want to really lift out the swelling and the puffiness and the discomfort, add in copaiba. Those are just some tips for you, okay? Good. All right. Your toothpastes, well, that's easy. We have the other two. We have Aroma Bright and we have the whitening, all right? So if you are a person who loves the Dentarome Plus, well, use the Aroma Bright, if you'd like, and add in just a little bit more thieves. Or you could use the whitening and add in a little bit more thieves. And the whitening is a really good option for our Dentarome Ultra. So those are some. Now, if you have sensitive gums, okay, and you have some exposed roots, what's really going to be helpful is use the whitening toothpaste, and you'll notice on about the third or the fourth day, the sensitivity is completely gone. Completely gone. That's what I personally experienced, and I know many have too. And don't use too much. About half your bristleful is plenty good. All right. So now let's go to, for the wintergreen, in place of the raindrop technique, you could use the Idaho Grand Fir. Would be an exquisite choice. Absolutely exquisite choice as a replacement, the Idaho Grand Fir. And of course, you'll never go wrong with adding copaiba to anything. So that's what I would do here in place of the wintergreen for your raindrops. All right, or you could try black spruce as well. Okay, very good. So now let's go to our CBD muscle rub, because yes, wintergreen is in here. So what I would do is I would take our regular CBD, and I'd probably go with the mint CBD, and then I would add in Aroma Seas oil. Take the CBD, add in Aroma Seas and copaiba, And you may find that you like the mint CBD with Aroma C's and Copaiba a whole lot better than you do this stuff. Also, if you want a little bit of an extra, throw in a titch of lemongrass. So take your regular mint CBD from, of course, Nature's Ultra Young Living, all right? And then what you want to do, add in probably, depends upon your potency, I would say maybe 15 drops of Aroma C's, probably add in like 8 drops of Copaiba, and I would add in probably 4 drops of lemongrass. And watch. You might, like I said, you might find that you like that combination better than actually this itself. So that's something good to try, okay? We've got lots of workarounds, so please don't panic or get stressed because Wintergreen had a bit of a hiccup, all right? This is common. We've had it in Young Living. I've been in Young Living since 1999, and I can tell you it's common. It's happened to so many of our oils, but this is a true testament to the fact that Young Living will never settle. We do not ever put the almighty dollar above your well-being. Never. Because could we bring in synthetic methyl salicylate like other companies? Oh yeah. Would you be able to tell the difference? I would say probably not. Probably not. But we would. We would. And we know the difference. And that's why it's one of the reasons why I am so committed. Because I literally have seen GCs from other companies and I'm like, no. So if you knew what I've had the privilege of being, experienced to, if you knew that, you'd be on this, we're in this seat too, saying the same or maybe even some better things. All right, so now let's go to Ortho Ease and Ortho Sport. All right, take our V6 massage oil. Just take the V6 massage oil, and for the Ortho Ease, let's start here. Okay, this is meant more for muscles. The Ortho Sport is meant more for extreme things, like when you've had an extreme situation with your body. Okay, well, you've really overdone it. Ortho Ease is more for muscle discomfort. And so, what's the number one oil for muscles? Marjoram, or basil, or I like Aroma C's because it's a blend with them all in. All right, because Aroma C's has basil and cypress and marjoram and lavender, and it's got really good oils. So what you can do is take the V6 mixing oil, put Aroma C's in, okay? And if you want to amp it up, add a little bit of RC or any of your eucalyptuses. That'll give it a little bit more punch and a titch of peppermint. Plus you can add anything else you want to add in here. All right, so that's an idea for Aroma C's. And again, Copaiba, you never go wrong with Copaiba. And if you need a little bit more pow, a couple drops of black pepper essential oil. So that's Aroma C's. Easy workaround. Now let's go to, that's Ortho Ease with Aroma C's. Okay. Now let's go to Ortho Sport. This is meant for more of an extreme situation, not just everyday aches and discomfort and muscle soreness. This is for when you've really overdone it. So what are the oils that help with that? Well, definitely I would start with Aroma C's. I would definitely add in black pepper. I would add in, of course, Copaiba. I would add in lemongrass. I would add in a little bit of oregano. I would add in some thyme. Did I say RC already? If not, add that in. And definitely some peppermint. And of course, Copaiba. Okay? That is a combination you will never go wrong with. And I would start with the V6 mixing oil. That would be a really amped up. And some of these sweet little, well, people call them hacks. I like to call them additional options. Some of them truly you're going to like better than what you used to have. Okay? Yeah, does it take a little bit of mixing? Yes. But you can have fun. Have fun with it. Play around with it. Just make sure you're only using Young Living oils, okay? Hopefully you've got that message by now. So let's go to the Cool Azul Muscle Rub. Well, this one you can take. I would just, in truth, I would probably use the new formula for the Ortho Ease over the Cool Azul Muscle Rub until we get this back in. If this is something you really like, just use the formula I gave you for the Ortho Ease. and I think that you'll really like it. Now this is of the sports gel, but if you really want something, if you're a person who uses it for workouts and a person who uses it for really going at it, then go to the formula I gave you for the OrthoSport, all right? And that'll help carry us through for this. Just put it in a small little bottle, and you can amp it up as much as you'd like. Okay, so remember, what are our amping oils? Our amping oils are black pepper, copaiba. You can do oregano, but be careful with that one. Okay, lemongrass is an amping oil. Those are some really good, and peppermint. Those are some really good oils that will amp up any recipe that you do. Now, the Regenolone. This is one of my personal favorites. This is a sleeper. Not a lot of people know about this, and I know we just got a big inventory in, so I'm hoping that we don't run out. But if we do, you can actually use the Prenolone Plus cream. The Prenolone Plus cream. And I would definitely add in copaiba. I would add in sacred frankincense. So you might need to squeeze out the tube in a jar, like a jar, and then get a little to mix it up. And so squeeze all that cream out, the Prenolone Plus cream, if we run out of this, okay? And then in your jar, add in, again, copaiba, sacred frankincense for sure, okay? I would add in Idaho Grand Fir, all right? You can add in a titch of lemongrass if you'd like. I would add in cedarwood. That would be another really good one to add in. And I would also add in some, personally, energetically, for people who use this, I'd probably add in a little bit of harmony oil, and I would add in definitely kunzia. Kunzia would be awesome. Oh, and you know what? I forgot. These would be great to add kunzia in also. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Kunzia would be a phenomenal addition to these oils. Okay? Super. All right. So that gives you a little hint about the Regenolone. Really powerful, really wonderful. And again, I'd probably add in cypress. I'd add in cypress with that one. So here we go. Okay? Good. Now, let's just shift to these two. BLM. Okay? So BLM, this is collagen in, but this also has wintergreen. All right? It also, it's a really powerful, powerful supplement for many of us. Well, Agiles, right now Young Living does have Agiles, but once I think you all hear about this, you're all going to go buy it up, because this also has collagen, but it has hyaluronic acid. And what that is that's a lubricant. So to amp up the Agiles, what I would do is I would take Agiles to replace BLM, and I would add in SuperCal Plus. That's right. So Agiles and either MegaCal. My personal choice would be Agiles and SuperCal Plus. That would be a really good option to for BLM. And I know we just got a good shipment in of Agiles. So as an option, when we run out of both of these, then you're going to want to go to SuperCal Plus. Of course, then with your Ningxia Red, your Mineral Essence, your Master Formula, any combination of those things with your SuperCal Plus. Those are going to be your good options. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you continue to give us grace, and you can send very positive energy to all of our wintergreen fields as they're growing, because literally in May is when we start the harvest. So now is a good time to prayerfully, at whatever time from your heart space, just send for all of our wintergreen fields. Send lots and lots of positivity, lots of good energy, so that we have a bountiful harvest this year. And then we will see all of our favorites back in stock in the fall. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have any special hacks that you like with any of these things that I've mentioned, and if you're on Facebook, because I'm going to also email this out, write it in the comments below. Please tell everybody what your other options are, so that we all can help support each other while some of our favorites are in a holding pattern, okay, with the unexpected occurrences of our world. So, and if you really need a really good book to understand what adulterated or oils that have missing constituents in, get a hold of my office. This is one of the best books that has it written out plainly and concisely, that will tell you the damage that is done in our being when we use an oil that's adulterated or when we use an oil that's missing constituents. So thanks everyone, and no worries. We've been through worse. We'll make it through this. And I have a strong sense, I really have a strong sense that some of your favorites, you're going to find that you're going to like some of these alternate recipes a whole lot better than some of these favorites that you've been using.